All right, people, I'm Johnny Scoville, and this is Chase the Heat. We're continuing our little series for new chili heads. The last one we talked about fire hose. It's a thing, people. When you know, just like hot tears are a thing. But there's something we're going to take it one step further. This comes from Eric Wood. 205. I've had fire tears and capsaicin seeping out in sweat, touching sensitive areas like the inside of your nose and other areas, which is what we're going to talk about. I rubbed my eyes in the middle of the night after cutting the peppers and washing hands, after washing hands 100 times. So here's what we're going to talk about. I thought about how to even talk about this. It's kind of a strange thing to even talk about, but you know, you going to the bathroom requires your hands. If you're a man, you know, there's a process. Here's the thing: there's a lot of. It doesn't matter. You can wash your hands really, really well several times. If you've been handling peppers, your hands are going to burn. And I always say, don't touch any pink parts. And I'm joking about that, but I mean eyes, ears, any mucous membrane or any pink parts, you're going to cause some problems. I'm going to share a story. I've shared it before. You guys, if you want, you can leave your story in this video. But this happened. I remember the night, actually. It was the night I shot a video that evening, and I'd eaten a number of peppers, and I'd washed my hands a number of times, several times. And now here's the thing you need to remember is that what I can tolerate is different than what somebody else can tolerate. And I was married at the time, and I'd washed my hands several times, like I mentioned. And I wasn't going to bed with the intention of trying to be romantic with my then wife, but it was like 4 in the morning, and the lights all of a sudden were on, and she was screaming, and she ran to the bathroom and got into the shower. It was very angry at me, and I didn't realize I didn't do it on purpose. But my point is, it doesn't really matter. You can wash your hands several times. If you've been handling hot peppers, somebody made a comment, and I have it here. Let me find it. Give me just a second. Is that it there? Nope. Give me just a minute. It was somebody had just de-seeded 6 pounds of peppers with bare without gloves. And I don't remember where it is. Let me check just one more place. All right, I can't find it. But anyway, somebody had de-seeded 6 pounds of super hot barehanded. Now, let me just explain to you a couple things. If you do that barehanded, they were days into it. Days later, their hands still hurt. When you shower, the hot water gets on them. You don't realize how badly that can hurt. You know what I mean? So a couple things to caution you about. If you de-seed a lot of peppers and you wear latex gloves, I'm telling you that peppers will go through latex gloves. They will. If you de-seed enough of them. People comment, so just so you know, there are people that will watch this going, yeah, he's right. Please comment if you've experienced that. I can tell you this, that extract will go right through rubber gloves really easily. If you work with extract and you're thinking that latex gloves is going to protect you, guess again. Now, once your hands have been burned, what are you going to do? What can you do to prevent? Because here's what ends up happening. Like it happened to me. You go to bed and you don't realize what you're doing when you're asleep. And if you have an itch somewhere and you rub your face, next thing you know it, you're waking up and your eyes burning, or somebody next to you or yourself, you scratch something and next thing you know you're on fire. It happens. All right, so understand that. It comes with the territory. Washing your hands more than once is going to help. Washing it with olive oil can sometimes take some of this thing out. if you have there may be some other tricks people have, but here's the thing. Once it gets on you, you just got to use extreme caution, because you can think long after, you think, look, well, here's the thing. If you've eaten peppers, yeah, put your finger in your eye, I dare you. No, why not? Because you still don't trust the fact that even though you wash your hands, it could still hurt you. You know how it is. If you touch and you handle hot pods, your fingers are going to sting, even after you've washed them. So just be careful. It is what it is, and understand what you're working with. I mean, like, if you're going to be working with like 6 pounds of hot pods for a day, you understand? I wish I could find their, I could find it. Give me just 1 second. It's really worth finding. Okay, here we go. It's from Jean Ronde Charnay 341. So we'll just call him Gene 341. Johnny, 48 hours ago, I cut 6 pounds of fresh pods without gloves. They were primatalis, naga, moruga, and Carolina Reaper, Dragon's Breath, and so many more. And believe it or not, my hands are still on fire. Last time for sure, doing it without gloves. No choice though, my dehydrator trays are too small to fit the whole pod in. Worse cramps from primatalis and Reapers. Anyway, they went on to say, so I said 6 pounds without gloves? They said, yep, 6 pounds. They've tried olive oil, lemon juice with salt, yogurt, milk, nothing helped. I did it so many times, like in the video, I thought I was the chosen one. Probably about 3 pounds of chocolate pods, so the oils got to me more than the peach, orange, yellow, or the red ones. Anyway, it was a new sensation. Crude reminder, peppers deserve respect. So, good example. Listen, if you're going to be, and here's the truth of it, and I'm being really serious. If you used one set of latex gloves and you deep seeded 6 pounds of fresh peppers, I promise you, if you took your gloves off and then got a hair out of your eye, you'd burn your eye. 6 pounds is going to go through latex gloves. Stuff is crazy hot. They use it for a weapon as a reason. They use it for extraction grenades. All right, you guys know how that works, right? You have a bad dude in a room and you want the bad dude out of the room. You take this gas, capsaicin gas, and you throw it into the room, and it goes off, and then the bad guy comes out of the room really quickly. I think it's the most underused weapon. We don't need to be, war is bad. We don't need any war, but we don't need to be blowing stuff up. You can just spray capsaicin on it. People will leave. Stuff's pretty hot. So be careful. If you've eaten hot stuff, don't touch anything pink. Your eyes, your ears, any mucous membrane, and anything south of the border. You're just gonna hurt yourself. It is the way it is. So we've covered, we've covered just about everything. Somebody asked about the health benefits. I talk about them a lot, and I talk about them sporadically all over the place, but they are so healthy for you. Give me just 1 sec. I saw one recently, and I thought there was another case. I don't know where it went. Somebody has gotten rid of ulcers, had ulcers, and don't have them anymore because they're eating peppers. Hot peppers will reduce stomach acidity. They do not cause ulcers. They will not cause an ulcer. And I think that most of the people that think they had an ulcer had cap cramps. They ate too much, got cap cramps, and attributed that saying, hey, I have an ulcer. Most people that claim they have an ulcer, it's on their own diagnosis and not through doctors. People I know anyway. So they're very, very healthy for you. There's more vitamin C in a pepper than there is in 3 oranges. So it boosts your immune system. It speeds up your metabolism. So it's a good fat burner. It's a great painkiller. If there's all kinds of capsaicin rubs, muscle rubs, deep tissue rubs. Has capsaicin in it. That chemical formula right there. It's for same thing that makes peppers hot. It's the same exact thing they use in muscle rubs. Okay, so it's a great medicine. It's a great thing. But they certainly don't cause stomach ulcers. So when you hear somebody saying that, it's not the case. It's just not the case. Anyhow, if you have any more questions or anything else you want to add, you want to tell your story, doing this video. We'll talk about it the next. But if you're going to touch something, be careful. Wash your hands many times. Olive oil, lime juice, salt, milk, yogurt, you name it. Here's the bottom line. It's going to take time before it goes away. So be considerate and don't burn others. Be careful. Don't burn yourself. In the description box, you're going to see a link for all the normal stuff. Right here on the bottom is my son, Johnny Scoville Jr. and the Lifeboat. Please check them out. Up on top, Pepperology, which this will be in, and the 26 hardest challenges I've done since this journey began. Thank you for hanging out with me. As always, I'm Johnny Scoville, and this was Chase the Heat.